This is Danny Stygion, and in today's quick video, I want to go over 5 tips on how to be a better fetish photographer. I've been shooting for over 20 years, and I've definitely made a lot of mistakes. I continue to try and learn from my mistakes and also refine the things that I like about fetish photography. The first thing I want to talk about is your location. I photographed a lot of models against bad backdrops in the past, such as wrinkled fabric, or one time there was a backdrop made out of saran wrap. So the first thing I try to do is find an interesting location. I'm going to go over 2 examples of recent photo shoots. I recently shot Madelaine while she was traveling from Canada to Houston, and I photographed Kendra James while I was in Los Angeles to help cover the DomCon event. Kendra was a presenter there. And both of these sets are featured in the Q1 issue of Cynical magazine, which was just released. This first example is of Madelaine. This was shot at the Vault Dungeon, which is operated by Domina Shannon. The dungeon has a lot of interesting pieces of BDSM furniture, props, and toys, and has fixed lighting with different colors of colored lighting, which is something I really like. As you can see in this photo, she's posing against a padded cage, and there's some colored lighting behind her to supplement my 3-point lighting setup. She's lit from the front with a key light and a fill light, and then there's some colored lighting behind the cage. This next example is of Kendra James. We shot this at a hotel room inside the Los Angeles Hilton Airport, in between her presenting and doing various DomCon activities. So we had about an hour to shoot. The hotel room was just a hotel room, so we try to make the best of the location. I try to work with the practicals in the room, such as the lamp behind her to the right, and then I set up my lights around her. And again, she's lit by a key light and a fill light, and then there's some backlighting there. She had some toys that she had brought with her. One of these toys is censored. It's on the table right there. I have it censored with the Cynical logo. The next thing I want to talk about is mixing up your angles. This first shot is of Kendra James. It's shot from a medium composition, almost from a low angle. Her right elbow is at the top left position of this composition, and her legs are at the bottom right corner. With medium shots, you want to have the cutoff point be a little bit above the knees. And then the camera is also slightly tilted, which makes for an interesting composition, in my opinion. This next sample is of Madelaine, and it's shot from a low angle. Madelaine is a dominatrix, and I found over time that I think it's a good idea to shoot from a low angle when working with dominatrices. This has a way of making them seem more powerful and, of course, dominant, because you're at a lower angle, which is where most submissives would be, position-wise. My 4th tip is about working with negative space when composing your photos. Because I publish Cynical magazine and Subspace magazine, and I also sometimes submit my photo sets to other magazines, I try to have a cover shot in my shot list. When composing this photo, I just try to make sure there's enough negative space on the left and right side of the subject, and also above their head. So this leaves enough room for the header of the magazine and also any cover text. The last quick thing I want to talk about is to make sure that you have some shots that focus on fetish clothing or body shots in your shot list. This first sample is of Madelaine. She was wearing these leather boots with one of her outfits. So I thought it'd be interesting to have a shot of her legs in the foreground. And in the background, there's this interesting headpiece that Domina Shannon had in her dungeon that we have in the background. And this composition is from a low angle. The second shot is of Kendra, which again was shot at the Los Angeles Hilton Airport hotel room. There's a toy that Kendra had brought, which is again censored on the table behind her. And I thought it would be interesting to have that on the table as a prop, with the focus on Kendra's legs in the foreground. So we're focused on her boots and her nylon covered legs in this composition. And again, it's shot from a low angle. Anyway, those are 5 quick tips that will hopefully help you with your next fetish themed photo shoot. If you found any value in this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support.